If you can copy and paste simple AI prompts, then you can turn them into KDP books people actually love. Now, a little while ago, I shared how to use this exact method to create coloring books, and a lot of you found that super helpful. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a marker on top of the screen right now, so go ahead and watch it after this one. But today, we're gonna take it a step further with a niche that's just as popular, and that is the spot the difference books. On the surface, these books look quite complicated, but here's the secret. With AI, it's much easier than you think. In this video, I'll walk you through this niche, show you best-selling examples of spot the difference books. We'll take a look inside to see exactly what readers expect. And then if you stick around to the end, I'll give you some of the exact prompts that you can use to start creating these activity pages for yourself without ever having to manually design them. You'll see how simple this is. You'll realize that this might be one of the easiest ways to build passive income with Amazon KDP right now. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, if we take a look at this niche on Amazon, one of the things that I noticed is there's a lot of books here from all types of publishers. I don't really see a lot of independently published books. There are a few here, but the vast majority of these books are from other types of publishers, which can be a good or bad thing. But in this case, I think this is a really good thing. Here's one right here. This one's independently published, ranked at 249,000. And there's another book right here that's independently published, ranked at 600,000. Another one right here. This one's ranked at 168,000. Same publisher, 48,000. And then this one, 183. And then this one right here, Spot the Difference Nature, ranked at 296,000. So there's obviously a lot of examples here of books selling very, very well. So let's go up here and let's look at the total results. Now, this is going to be how competitive this niche is. I typically like to look for search results of about 1,000 or less because it's basically going to tell me that it's going to be a little bit easier to get my book ranked on the first couple pages of Amazon, where the vast majority of sales happen. So 1,609, that's a little bit higher than that 1,000 or so that I'm looking for, but it's not too bad. This could be a place where you can implement KDP ads to get your book ranked a little bit higher, faster. But if we look at the niche score, this is a 74, so quite high. And even when I use the Titans Pro analysis, demand is a 6 and opportunity is a 9 out of 9. Now, if you want to niche down, you want to find a sub niche that's a little bit less competitive than just the generic spot the difference book, you can go for this spot the difference book for kids. Now, you're going to see a lot of the same types of books with the more general search term, but still, this is going to be a little bit less competitive. You're going to be able to rank your book here on the first couple pages a lot easier than the previous niche. And just looking down here, you can see a lot of the books that are pretty much similar to the ones that we just saw. This one's a little bit different right here, ranked at 429,000. Another one right here, ranked at 437,000. And this one right here, 476,000. So a handful of books that sell pretty well. I typically like to look for 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because it's just going to tell me that there's some sort of demand here, so that I know that people are actually looking for this type of book. And we see the niche score of 61. And typically I like to look for a score of at least 50. And if I click here on the Titans Pro analysis, we can see demand is a 5. So that's good. Opportunity is a 9 out of 9. So this is going to be a better niche to get into because it's going to be less competitive, but you're still going to be able to target similar type of buyers as you would in the more generic spot the difference book. Now, if we check out this book, this is the Spot the Difference book for kids ages 6 to 12. We see it has a bestsellers rank, 249,000, 112 overall for children's hidden picture books, 612 for children's puzzle books, and we can see the 30-day sales anywhere from 48 to 72 copies per 30 days. Now, the thing that I noticed about this one, only 60 pages. So right here it says 30 full color challenges. So not very many pages once you get the hang of how to actually create this type of book. This one is priced at $12.99. If we go here to A+ content, we can see a little bit of the interior. So this is kind of what it looks like. You have two identical or almost seemingly identical images, but obviously one of them has a lot of changes. where the customer or the kid in this case will go ahead and try to spot them, circle them. Now, if we go ahead and take the 30-day sales and plug it into the calculator, so we'll take 72, multiply that by the number that we're going to get here on Kindle Direct's printing cost and royalty calculator. I put in all of the details. This is going to be 60 page count. It's going to be premium color interior with white paper, and then $12.99 price point. Submit that. Amazon.com Marketplace sees a $1.99 estimated royalty. So if I plug that into the calculator, that $1.99 estimated royalty per book times 72, that's going to equal about $143 per month coming from this one book. Now, another book in this niche, this is the Spot the Difference book for adults. Now, this one has a book ranking of 48,265 and the 30-day sales of 168 to 252. This one, similar print length, a little bit more, 72 pages, priced at $10.99. And if we look at the A+ content, we can see that this one looks like full-on photos as opposed to the other book that was more fictional. But same kind of deal here. You have one image. And so with the other image, you try to spot all the differences and you just mark them, circle them. And obviously here it says find 10 differences and some more puzzles right here. And then here are more books from the publisher. Now this A+ content is something that every publisher or every person needs to add to their listings. So if you haven't already and you want to learn how to create A+ content, go ahead and click on the banner up top. I'll leave my video on how to create A+ content just like this, which is going to help you boost sales to your books. And it's really going to help you showcase your book because up here on the sample portion, sometimes with Amazon, either they don't show it or it's not going to show the best interiors for your customer. Now, if we go ahead and take the 30-day sales of 252, multiply that by the number here. So this one is going to be 8.5 by 11, 72 page count, $10.99 price point. Submit that. We see $2.70 estimated royalty in the Amazon.com Marketplace. So we're going to go ahead and multiply that. And let's see how much this book makes. And that is going to be $680 per month in estimated royalties. One more book here. This one is ranked at 37,000. We see the 30-day sales, 216 to 324. And this one is a Spot the Difference book for kids. Now, this one has 72 pages, 65 unique designs, priced at $12.99. And if we go look at the A+ content, we can see ages 4 to 8, 60 fun puzzles, increasing difficulty levels, and a little bit of the interiors as well, kind of in the background right there. So this is more comic style, cartoon style. And then obviously the module here, which really helps cross-sell your books to people that are looking at your listings. Now, if we go back up here, 30-day sales, 216, 324. Let's go ahead and plug that into the calculator. So 324, multiply that by the number here. So this one, 72 pages, $12.99. Submit that. Estimated royalty we see here of $3.90. So let's go ahead and put that in the calculator. And that's going to be over $1,200 per month in estimated royalties coming from this single book. All right, now here's where things get really interesting. Up until now, you've seen the kind of Spot the Difference books that are selling really well on Amazon. And if you're thinking, wow, those look complicated, the reality is they're not. Because instead of spending hours manually editing images, there's a much easier way. All you need are a few simple AI prompts, copy them, paste them, and within seconds, you'll have professional looking Spot the Difference pages generated for you, ready to turn into a full book. This is exactly what makes this method so powerful. It saves time, it's repeatable, and it gives you the freedom to create as many pages as you need without being stuck in the design process. So let me show you how this works step by step, starting with the exact prompts that you can use right now to generate your first pages. Now, the first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT 5, the free version. Just keep in mind, you're going to be very limited in how many times you can do this per day. I actually use ChatGPT Plus, which allows me to do this many more times so that I can actually create these books in a faster amount of time. But you can, in fact, use the free version of ChatGPT 5. Now, this is the prompt right here. It says generate 2 separate cartoon style 2D images for children showing a colorful school classroom with kids sitting at desks, a bright chalkboard, and educational posters on the walls. The second image must almost be identical to the first, but with exactly 7 playful and clearly visible differences. These differences should be fun, simple, and easy for children to spot, such as a missing object, a changed color, or a different facial expression. You must generate 2 completely separate full-frame images, not merged, not combined, and not split or stacked. Each image must be in horizontal, landscape orientation, suitable for use in a children's spot the difference activity. Generate and present the 2 images one after the other as individual and complete illustrations. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. So here are the 2 images side by side. Here is the first image created on top. You can even see the letters on the wall are perfect. The numbers are perfect. And then if you look at the second image, you're gonna see all of the changes here. I mean, I can already spot a few. Look at the sun right here. Look at some of the letters here. They're kind of a little bit different. This kid is waving his hand. The calendar here is off. We have something in the window right here. But obviously this is a very fun activity, especially for kids. And as you can see, all I did was copy and pasted this prompt into ChatGPT, and you can see the results that it produced on the first try. So I went ahead and copied another prompt right after this one. Here it is right here. You can take your time to read this, pause the video if you want. But basically, this is a little bit of a different scene in the city. And this one's gonna have colorful shops, pedestrians, street lamps. So let's look at the first image here. As you can see, very nice books, cafe, ice cream, people walking. And if you look at the second one, it's actually the same image as the first one here. So if that happens, all I'm gonna do is tell ChatGPT that the second image is wrong, and then wait for it to do its magic. And then there you go. As you can see, the second image is right here, and I can already spot a few differences. For example, on the window right here, this right here is a different color. Right here on the door is a little bit different. The lamp post, the light bulb is different here, as well as there's a brick building right here on top, which isn't right here. As you can see, it's very fun to do. These images came out very, very, very well, very high quality. And all I had to do was copy and paste the prompts into ChatGPT. Now, a few things that you need to do once you have these images. You're gonna wanna upscale these images because most AI generated images are around 124 by 124 pixels and 72 DPI. So you're gonna wanna upscale this maybe 4 times to get a higher resolution. And then on top of that, once you're done with that, you're gonna want to go to this type of website where you can change the DPI from 72 up to 300. And so I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So just save the images. And the first thing you wanna do, image upscaler. So we're gonna go ahead and drag all of these images in here, and we're gonna have to do it one by one. So here's one right there. And I'm gonna choose 400%. And then upload and start, and then it's gonna go ahead and do that. Now, because this is free, you're gonna have to do this one by one instead of being able to do it in batches, but that's okay. You can also look for a different website that will allow you to go ahead and upscale images in batches. So go ahead and download your new image. So if I open up this image right here, this is the original. I open up the new one. As you can see, the first one has some graininess in it. If we go ahead and zoom in, you can see right here what I'm talking about versus this one that I upscaled. You can see how much clearer this is. So that's why you want to upscale these images. Now, in order to get it ready to print, you want to go ahead and go to a DPI converter. So let's go ahead and grab that file, this new one that we made right there, put it into this website, go ahead and save it. And then this is the final product that has both been upscaled and increased the DPI, which is dots per image, to 300. As you can see, it's identical. However, this one right here on the right is 300 DPI ready to be printed for KDP. So this is what you want to do with every image that you have. See, as you can see, this is from ChatGPT. Obviously, once we upscale it, it's going to look a lot better. Now, the next thing to do is to go to Canva so we can put all of these images together to create a book. So I'm going to show you just with the first couple images. We're going to create an 8.5 by 11 inch project. And typically your first page is going to be a book belongs to page. So you can search for one on Canva if you want. something like that. And then just rename this title, and this is going to be Spot the Difference. And then add a page. This is going to be the backside to the first page. You don't have to put anything there. Now we can start here on page number 3 and then upload those images onto Canva. So with that first image, we can go ahead and just place it up here and get the second one, put it down here. And we want to match the size right there. And then we can go ahead and just increase it. And then there you go. And then what we could also do is if we know how many differences there are, for example, there's 7, we can add a text box right here, put it on the bottom and put spot the 7 differences. Now you can decide to either put another activity page here, which is going to be the backside here, which you could technically do, but I like to keep them separate. So I'm going to add another page. This is going to be the next page right here, and then go back to uploads and get these 2 right here. I'm going to put one up here, put one down here, and then just stretch it out, put it right there, and then grab this one, spot the 7 differences, duplicate that, put this on the bottom here. And then here is your second page. And really all you have to do is just repeat that process over and over again until you have as many pages as you want for this activity book. We've seen books that have 30 images. So in this case, 28 more images or 28 more prompts. Just repeat that process and then you'll have a completed book in no time. Now, if you're wondering how to find more prompts, you can go ahead and visit the link down below. 312 of these prompts that's going to produce images just like this. Exactly what you saw, but different themes. Here's another example of one of the prompts that you're going to receive. And here are all the categories that these prompts cover. So really all you have to do is copy and paste these prompts. And then here is another example right here. All very well made, well done. As you can see, the versatility with the prompts combined with ChatGPT can come up with something that's very, very unique and very high quality. So if you want access to these prompts, you can go ahead and check the link down below and you're going to get 312 prompts for just $17. You can still upgrade up to about 10,000 prompts, but you can just start out with these 312 prompts, which is going to last you for a while. So if you're interested, feel free to check this out. So that's how you can take simple AI prompts and turn them into Spot the Difference activity books. Books people actually enjoy and the ones that can keep selling long after you publish them. If you want to take this even further and learn how to put the entire process together from picking profitable niches to formatting your interiors to publishing your books, the next step is to grab my KDP royalty roadmap. It's completely free and I've linked it down below. If this video helped you see what's possible, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.